We played Fate Stay Night for a week.
Whoa!
Holy
We did!
Shit.
I might want to put this
Okay.
at the beginning. how this
Okay.
is going to
Saber
work.
Chat.
Yeah, you
This
do
is
that,
Saber
Ryan.
Chat. Maybe it'll stay
Welcome
called
to Saber Chat.
Don't know if it'll stay called this. Maybe this.
It'd be kind of fun if we kept calling it
I
Saber
think we'll
Chat.
just keep calling it Saber Chat. It's just we take a game or something. In this instance, it's Fate Stay Night, and we'll just keep playing it. And every Friday, we'll call and talk about everything that's happened in the game and our current theories, favorite characters, and then this will probably upload Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Hope you went to church today.
You better
Same bag
upload
Sundays.
this on Sunday now.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
And then after the game is done, that's important.
Yes, after the game is done, and it's 100% complete. So, we each choose an anime, game, manga, novel.
We're gonna choose a game and then we're gonna compete.
Yes.
On
Wait,
what
I
we
didn't- I
choose
wasn't
for next.
finished. I wasn't finished explaining. The
Finish
game,
them.
anime, manga, novel, CD, movie.
Yeah, movie. We can do a movie. That's only like that's
I think we're gonna
It's a
stick
good free
to
week.
anime, manga,
could
and
be
video games.
multiple movies.
Anime, manga, video games, and also novels, because Fate Zero is a novel.
It is a novel.
Yeah, so what we're doing with Fate tonight, we're not going to go directly into the next Fate game. We're going to
We
do,
each have
a game.
we each
to
have
decide.
something decided, and we're going to play.
Yeah.
Do you want to reveal
We-
what
we
we're
each-
doing next?
We each choose something and we play a game we'll play like Mario Party, and whoever wins is the game anime manga that we do.
Oh, we can play
And that'll be
Words of My
that'll
Water.
be an off week, but we'll still record that on a Friday. So like instead of basically when we have that off week, we will record the game that we play to decide.
Um,
Yeah, so we're gonna go through it day by day, right?
yes, we read it all in Japanese.
Stop lying to our audience.
We didn't pirate it.
Yes, all 0 people.
Oh yeah, no, you're true.
Will YouTube take us down if we say we pirated it?
No, right?
Hope not.
We legally stole it.
The pirates were legal back when they were around.
Kaizoku Oni, dude. Just
Okay. So I'm Ryan.
I'm Peter.
I'm Blade, I guess.
Alright. Okay, so now I got the notes. Let me put on my phone's at like 30%, so it's about to die.
I'm sorry, this fucking Yoshi's Island music is not helping.
What do you mean?
It does not fit the mood at all.
This is the soundtrack of Heaven's Feel.
No, it's not.
I mean, little do you know, you'll find out when you get there.
It's Yoshi Island from
None
the
of us
hit.
have played this game, just to clarify.
Oh yeah, this is our first time playing.
So I
any
have
of Fate.
notes here. I started taking notes on day 2 of the
Tosaka?
actual game.
Oh, okay.
I did not take any notes during the prologue, but my first note does say Shinji fucking sucks.
Fuck
Does
Shinji.
fucking suck.
So okay, the prologue. So what? Okay, so we played as Tosaka for like 3 days.
Should we introduce who Tosaka is or talk about that?
Okay, she's the girl on the thumbnail. Now let's move on.
Wait, okay, so she's from the Tosaka family. Her father was a magus. He participated in the Holy Grail War. What else?
Talk about how the Holy Grail War is like a burden that her family has always had. ever since she was young, she knew she was gonna have to fight in this.
Well, she knew she might have to, as we learn later. It was never a guarantee.
She's an okay character.
She's cute.
And then
Best girl, maybe.
okay, does the summoning happen on day 2?
That's not. That's when
Yes.
she skipped school.
I forget the priest's name, but he says it's on day 2. So she does it after midnight.
Okay. So then you go to school, and you meet Shinji.
And Shinji sucks.
I don't
And he
know.
sexually
man.
harasses you.
I'm kind of rooting for.
Is that day one?
Shinji X Tosaka.
Fuck off, no.
What?
No, I hate Shinji, no.
Why not?
He's an asshole.
Fuck Shinji. I think that's something we can all agree on.
It's my first note.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of you guys,
There's a-
and I have even
there's
more
a-
reason to say he's an asshole.
There's a lot of shit on day 1 that I don't care about.
It's just character development. And
There's
not
like
It's
something
more
you
setup
actually
than
see
anything.
go
Girl.
over.
There's okay.
Oh no, no, we have to talk about her because she's super cool.
Sakura.
What's her name?
No, oh Sakura. I thought you were talking about ooh wow, I also forgot.
We're not talking about Archery Club girl, so it doesn't matter.
No, she's
We have
cool.
to talk about her. She's relevant for like one day.
She talks to Emiya too. And they talk about how they hate Shinji.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess we should talk about what happened day 1. Day 1 opens up with her describing her backstory, introducing us to her, and that the fact she's a Magnus, which is just wizardry.
You said Magnus.
Magnus, whatever. Magus.
We already skipped the prologue.
Oh yeah, the thing. Yeah, it's shit. It starts with Shiro summoning Saber.
What, we don't know that.
You
Yeah,
see
but it
his
does start with
face,
that.
You see him there.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just looking at Saber the whole time.
Yeah, I just kind of saw the dude and I was like, whoa, why is he bloody? And that's the only thing I noticed about him. And then I immediately realized after day 3 of the Tosaka.
So what do you guys think of Sakura?
Sakura's cute.
She's cute, and I'm getting a mad I like you uwu from her. When you play as Emiya, Shiro.
I'm kind of getting like.
Emiya just is constantly horny.
I'm getting like a Sayaka.
He hates women.
Sayaka, really?
I'm getting a Sayaka vibe from her. Not because Sayaka's a great person.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Oh, okay. She's not.
Is
She's
she?
not a snake, or has yet to reveal she is as of day 3.
So the war that's coming up is the 5th war.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's been like 768 Holy Grails. That's a little later that we talk about that.
I know. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Can
I
we
don't
can we move on to
understand
day 2, I guess?
this one.
Yeah, let's move on to day 2.
Well, maybe we can skip all this shit. There's the. Well, no, wait, we cannot skip the lunch girl.
Yeah, Fujine, she shows up on day 1 though. But
She
she's
does,
still the
but we
best.
cannot skip the lunch girl.
Who?
The girl that asks Tosaka if she'll eat lunch with her.
Wasn't that Sakura?
No,
I thought that.
Oh. She hasn't shown up again.
she is not.
She exists.
I forgot about her.
Moving on.
She was cool.
I thought she was friends with Sakura.
She might
No,
have been.
there were 3 of them. There was the girl who asked to share lunch, and then there's
Yeah,
there's
it's a
like the mean girl,
It's a group of 3 girls.
and then there's just a 3rd girl. Anyway, this is all the boring stuff. This isn't
Okay.
the cool
This is
stuff.
So let me
important.
get to day 2. Day 2. She summons her servant.
I thought that was night one.
That was night 1, but technically day 2.
I asked you guys what day it was.
I
and was like,
gave
"Is that
an
day 2?" And you're
answer.
Like, yeah, it's day 2.
I said day 2's the day she skipped school.
Okay.
Yeah, you said that's the day she skipped school, and Ray was like, yeah, and I was like, okay.
So at the end of
That
night
means she
1,
summons her thing the
she
day
goes
she skipped
home
school.
and she realizes that the Great Holy War is going to start because she gets a call from Kyrie. So she attempts to summon a servant, hoping to get Saber, but she doesn't get Saber. She gets Dante from Devil May Cry himself.
Yes.
Let me get an image of him.
And we get this really great thing where I still don't understand why this is a thing, but the clocks in her house were 1 hour back. So instead of summoning at 2 a.m. where her magic is at full potential, it's at 1 a.m.
I really enjoyed the setup
she
for that.
fucks up. Like, yeah, it's great. I love how Tosaka's thing is that she just makes mistakes.
Blade, you just sent an image of Archer in the chat. You wrote Dante up.
I did do that.
He's extremely low res also.
That's like a PSP sprite, I guarantee.
It is. Still Dante.
I was trying to
So yeah,
find
Archer.
sprites for the thumbnail. I could only find those ones that looked good.
Yeah, let's talk about Archer. So he crashes through the ceiling.
Yes, he does.
And he's like, "Yo, sup? I'm a dick."
Where'd the music go?
Yeah, so a noble phantasm.
Yes.
It's explained later that they cannot use their noble phantasm without knowing the true name. And Dante over here does not know his real name.
So they explain Noble Phantasm as if that's their, as if that's the person's like ultimate attack.
It's
It is.
it's them using their true weapon.
Okay, yeah,
But
that's a
then
better way
later
to put
on, you
it.
see Saber just using it 24/7.
No,
It's invisible because you don't see
Her
its
sword
true
being
form.
as invisible is just.
Her sword
It's
is
just
the
yeah.
invisible sword is her Noble Phantasm.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure they said that like 5
I say that with
times.
I can say that with absolute. It is not.
I don't think
Okay.
in my playthrough she never said that. The only noble phantasm we know of is Lancers.
And his name is Chu. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong anyways.
We'll get to that on day 3.
Okay.
We don't know his name. We just know the name of his phantasm, and then
No, we do.
Saber's like, oh,
Well,
we do. Saber
Yeah,
just
I
says
think
like,
so.
oh yeah, you're the Irish man.
Well, no, his Noble Phantasm was a Gaibolg.
Yeah, Gaibolg.
I thought he said his name.
He did.
No. Oh.
Yeah,
not
I would say
mine.
he did.
What?
I'm
He
just gonna
did?
look it
Yeah,
up.
Saber says his name or something.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
She's like, you're this.
That's shit.
Because-
Okay, whatever. We'll get to that.
Because on day 4 you get the status screen and you see his true name.
So
Ah.
so day 2. The clocks. I don't know. I think the clocks were still messed up or something, but she skipped school. She woke up late.
Yeah, she
Okay.
woke up too late because she was tired because of the amount of magic she used.
She
So-
also thought it would be to her benefit to show Archer around the city.
Yes, and they go looking around the city, and then they go up to the building, and they're like, "Someone's watching us."
That's not too relevant right now. But yeah, they go on top of the building, and we learn that Archer's pretty cool. He can see miles away perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I should mention, so anytime Emiya, who is the real main character, shows up, she's just like, oh, it's that guy. Like, it's never mentioned who he is.
Well-
and I assume that's just so that you might be surprised when playing as him, even though it's painfully obvious.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's painfully obvious. I didn't catch on.
Really?
I knew
What?
immediately that the Emiya. I didn't know that it would be. It wasn't obvious while I was playing as Tosaka because I didn't know I would be switching characters.
Okay,
But
yeah.
It was
I'll agree with
obvious
that.
once I became Emiya. I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's gonna happen in the next 3 days, pretty much.
Yeah, I say that's the
Most-
one downside how the story is told. It gets predictable.
Most interesting thing from day 2, I think, was, I think it was day 2, was on the way back, on just the way back to like the house. You're running to Sakura talking to just some random dude.
Oh yeah, he's interesting. He's a foreigner.
Yeah.
And then Sakura's like, oh yeah, he just was speaking a language I didn't understand, so I ran away from him.
Didn't she have... I might be thinking of later, but was there something wrong with her, or was she distressed?
She looked upset.
She looked very upset, but when she talked to Tosaka, she was just like, oh yeah, I don't know exactly why that was happening. He was just kind of speaking a foreign language. I didn't know anything about him.
Because we have not seen that guy in Shiro's point of view.
I find that very interesting too, because that happens on day 2, and in Shiro's point of view on day 2, Fujine walks her home.
That is true.
So I'm very interested in what happens there. So day 3.
The big day.
No, wait.
Tosaka goes back to school.
No.
What? There's something.
Day
Is
3.
there something?
No, day 2. Isn't that when she was like, "Yeah, I'll walk you home"? No. Because I chose to walk Sakura home.
I did not. I chose to play with Fujine.
I think this kind of makes me think that the choice to walk her home is what you're supposed to pick, because when you do that, you walk her half the way, and then you just leave her to walk the other half because you don't want to run into Shinji.
No. Do you
Oh,
want me to break the immersion a bit? I went back and chose all the options because that was the one choice I thought would be interesting and thought it'd lead to an H scene. I also chose the walk her home first, but you didn't walk her home. In fact, you did nothing. Fujine walked her home, regardless. And then when you play with Fujine, she walks her home. And then when you go to sleep, Fujine walks her home.
You don't walk her home?
Nope, you don't.
You walk her home at some point.
I never walked her home.
No, I chose that option same day as you did, Ryan.
There was
You did not walk
there was
her home.
definitely a scene where Shiro starts walking her home, and he leaves her and is just like, "Yeah, I don't want to see Shinji."
That might be after what we're talking about today.
It's not, because I've only done the only other day I've done was day 4.
I don't remember that. Because they go into a conversation that Fujine can protect Sakura if they come across a burglar, since there's been many accounts of murder.
I remember that.
And molesters.
Oh yes, the most important.
They keep saying.
Yeah. So anyway,
We're going out of order.
Okay.
well, no, that's day 2.
Oh wait, no, we're
Day
in
2 with
Shiro.
Shiro.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
So day
Day
3
three.
with Tosaka.
Okay, day 3 is the big one.
And yeah, that still hasn't been covered in the Shiro route either. Shiro doesn't know anything about the seal.
Shut the fuck up.
The seal?
The thing at the top of the building.
Oh, the boundary. Yeah.
Yeah, don't they get rid of that?
No.
No, they didn't get to.
No. Okay. What happens in day 3 is Tosaka goes to school with Archer, and they detect that there's a boundary field around the school. So after
Yeah,
school,
they see the seal.
God, this music. So no, they
Yeah, after
they go around and find it, but by the time they find it, it's evening, and then they run into our favorite blue boy Lancer.
Okay, so why is the seal a bunch of sperm going into an egg?
It's not.
I think it's supposed to just be souls because like they talked about how it's just like, yeah, what this seal does, what this boundary does, it just destroys everything and takes their soul.
That makes
And then
sense
it
if
puts
we
it
weren't
into
playing
one
an
person.
Arrow game.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% agree that that's probably intentional. But I think the actual in-universe thing is that it's just souls.
Okay. So yeah, then Lancer comes in.
Yeah, Lancer
And he's got a lance.
comes in and starts
And then there's
fighting
a sick
Archer and
fight
Tosaka.
scene.
Yeah, and the fight scene's sick as fuck.
It
And
starts
so-
off Tosaka trying to run.
Yeah, and then Archer comes out, and I don't know, they fight for a bit, and then eventually, or no, they fight for a bit, and then we realize that Archer has just infinite swords. We don't know why, he just does.
Yes, he
Yes.
cannot use his bow because he does not know his true name. So yeah, he was using blades.
But where is he getting those from? Why can he do that?
And they ask that in the game,
Yeah.
and we still don't know.
They said,
So Archer's very interesting.
didn't they something about unlimited blade works?
They do right at the start of the right after the prologue, at the start of the real day one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a wall of text.
Okay. While fighting, we found out that he is. I'm just gonna send the name.
No, that wasn't.
No,
that
that's
wasn't then.
that's when he fights Saber.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
But he does try to use his noble phantasm,
Yes,
and
which
the
is very
entire the
interesting
air
for
just
some-
goes entirely still.
Yes. And he goes to use it. Doesn't he land it? Doesn't he land the first one?
No, he can't. No. If you land it, You're dead.
Yeah,
I was pretty
because
sure.
he strikes right at the heart.
Was Archer moved just in time and it like hit his shoulder?
No, no. What happened? No, that was the thing that happened, but that wasn't the Noble Phantasm. What happens is Emiya moves, and we don't know it's Emiya at the time, but Lancer realizes that there is someone watching them.
Yes.
Yeah, Lancer realizes there's someone watching them, and it's Emiya, and we see this from his perspective also. So
Later.
Just in order to encapsulate this full scene, we should talk about his perspective there. But
I say we
he
talk
starts
about what
running.
Okay, go ahead.
He starts running, gets to the school, and then Lancer just stabs him in the heart.
Yeah, Lancer kills him and then just runs away. And I'll talk more about the Shiro part of that scene when we get there. But and then Tosaka comes in, and uses like all the magic that she has. Like she uses her entire like life savings to bring Shiro back to life. For some
Oh no,
reason.
we should talk about that. Because it's not her magic; it's the magic that's in her the thing she inherited
yeah, we
from her
completely
father's will.
Yeah.
glossed over that.
Yeah, we skipped that on day
On day
one.
one, she unlocks her father's safe and finds an amulet with 10 years worth of magic stored for her, just in case she needs it. She wears it around her neck, and I guess it looked good on her according
in
to
the thumbnail.
Archer. It is in the thumbnail.
We'll probably flash.
Very
something else,
poorly. It's a very rough sketch.
right? I like it.
I think it looks good.
So she uses that to revive him, and then just leaves it. But conveniently, she never says his name. She's
I
just
don't
like,
think she
Yeah,
knows
she's
it.
Yeah,
like,
this
oh
is-
yeah,
this-
why is it you?
She's like, this is the guy that Sakura likes.
Oh yeah, because there was a whole scene on day 2 we didn't go over where Sakura talks about Emiya-kun.
She does?
She mentions
She
him.
does? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also on I think this is day 3 actually. Yeah, it is day 3. But what am I trying to think of? Yeah, on no, it is day 1. On day 1, Emiya and Issei. We didn't talk anything about Issei.
We're not there yet.
Emiya and Issei.
Oh yeah,
No. Well, Issei. It's more Issei. Issei talks to Tosaka.
Issei's more important on.
I entirely
Shiro's
forget
story.
what he talks about, but it's like student council stuff.
That's more important to Shiro's story. We'll get there. So yeah, Tosaka saves him with he.
No, we don't see the conversation on Emiya's story because he's doing stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, there's not much there. It's just, oh, I'm surprised you're here early, Tosaka, because she woke up early.
Yeah, I was just saying we should talk about Issei, and we did a little bit. I don't know much about him, but we'll talk.
Okay. So Shiro's revived. Tosaka just fucking leaves him there.
Yeah, she just leaves him and the amulet there, or the pendant.
Yeah, because she's trying to catch up with Lancer, hoping that they can find his master.
And then she's going home and she's like, oh wait. Shit. He might die. Again.
Yeah.
So
And
then
also, he still remembers what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they have to go to his house and then stop it.
A bit delayed, but yeah, they do go to his house after realizing Lancer will want him dead after seeing the two servants fighting. Oh wow, we never touched on that.
And they also go to wipe his memory.
We never touched on the Holy Grail War, did we?
We'll get to that when we get to Kiba.
Alright.
Oh wait, there is something on day 2 that we forgot. The park that's burned down.
Oh, right.
I was gonna mention that, yeah. I
So,
forgot.
and Emmy is also there, which is interesting. We figured that out. We found that out later. But
Oh, yeah.
Archer and Tosaka go to the park. It's all burned down. And then they suddenly feel that someone is watching them. And we don't know exactly who that is, but we can assume it's probably Lancer's master, considering they encounter him later.
Yeah.
Important thing to mention is that that park is the source of the final battle of the last Holy Grail War, and that fire spread throughout the whole city, and they had to rebuild it. No, that was mentioned.
No, that was mentioned.
No, that was mentioned.
Okay.
She tells it to Archer.
Okay, now when Tosaka goes try to save Shiro, we find that a servant was summoned. The 7th servant being Saber.
Also, Lancer
That
fucking
leads-
dashes past them.
Oh yeah, he does. He dashes from fear because Tosaka recognizes that there was a summoning in the house, just due to how much energy was flowing out.
Yeah, and then
And within seconds, Archer gets almost killed, and Tosaka's on the ground with Saber about to kill her.
yeah,
And she used her second command spell. We didn't talk about the command spell. Command spell is the thing that gives you power over the servants, and you get 3 of them. But if you use up the 3rd one, you're not a master anymore. No,
You die.
no, you don't. No, you just give up your master.
no, you die.
You- no,
No, you die.
She says you're
They
good
address
as
this at the
dead,
church.
pretty much. But because Kirei talks about it later, and he's like, "Oh yeah, if you revoke it, you can just not be a master anymore, and you can have protection."
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Kira
you're right.
also
Yeah, I
said that
think
if
you're
you
right.
use them up, you die.
Yeah, it's kind of unclear, but I think what you die is just kind of meant as like a, yeah, you die because everyone can kill you when you don't have a servant anymore.
Peter, I don't think you got that scene right. I don't think she used her command spell. She just used extra energy. She had back up.
It states that she used her second command spell.
No, she had to use her first one then.
She did.
2, no, she used the first one to make Archer obedient, which we didn't talk about. Archer's disobedient when we first meet him, and she uses her first command spell to make Archer obedient. That's when we learn about how important it is that you don't do that. And then the second one is used.
I thought she was threatening to use it, and then he eventually.
The second. Yeah, she used it on the first. She's used 2 command spells already.
Yeah, pretty sure.
The second one, yeah, she uses the
Interesting.
second one to tell Archer to go away, pretty much. She just like, Archer, disappear. And he does.
Yeah, so she can't use her stuff anymore.
Oh yeah, because Archer was almost good
Also,
as dead because of Saber.
We learn that Saber, Lancer, and Archer are all immune to magic. They just nullify it, I think. I think it's those 3. I know Saber's one of them.
Yeah,
I'm
it's those
pretty
2.
sure Archer was.
Yes.
Too.
They have high
So,
magical
yeah.
defense.
So Saber's like right above Tosaka, and then Tosaka's like, oh my god, she's hot, and then just the day ends.
That is pretty much what happens.
It's worse so she accepts her. She accepts her fate that she's gonna die to Saber.
Fate?
And then, yeah, the day ends, and then we start as Emiya.
Yeah, and then we get the opening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do get the opening.
That very low quality
It
opening.
was.
I'm very excited to see about the purple hair servant that was in the opening.
I think that's Caster.
You'd think I looked up. I saw some
watch that
like
opening
purple
again.
hair fate character or something on Google, and the first result did not say caster.
I mean, there's Ilya. We'll talk about her.
Oh, you did meet Ilya.
Yeah, you meet.
Oh,
you
We'll
meet.
get to Ilya.
You meet Ilya. Yes, you meet Ilya day 1.
Day 2. No, day 1 as.
Well, no.
We'll get to
Okay.
that.
No,
So-
because Ilya just
Oh my
passes
God.
you on the street, and she goes like, "Better summon him," and then leaves.
I feel we should start with where Shiro's story starts.
Yes.
So after we get this cool opening with Saber and other servants fighting in the Holy Grail War, we start the real game where we play as Emiya Shiro. We start off with his backstory that he was a victim to the last Holy Grail War, but he doesn't quite know that yet.
Yeah, because the fire. His whole
Yes.
family died in the fire.
And he got saved by, I forget his name, but he is a Magus?
No,
Magus.
no, he doesn't get saved.
Magus.
We don't know who he got saved by, but I guess we can assume. But we
It was by his foster dad.
no, he goes to an orphanage, and then the foster dad.
No.
No, he does go to an
No.
orphanage.
On his hospital bed, he's given the option of would you want to have a
Oh,
father
you're
but
right.
you don't know who it is, or would you want to go to an orphanage? He chooses to have the father,
Yeah.
which is Kitsugu?
Kiritsugu.
his name?
Kiritsugu. You're right. Yeah. Kiritsugu Emiya, or Emiya Kiritsugu. And he's a magus. We don't know too much about him, but he's not too powerful from what I can tell.
Yeah.
He described himself as a sorcerer when talking to Emmy on his
That
bed.
would be weird. No, he says what he does is similar to sorcery, but he's not. He's definitely not a sorcerer because there's only 5 of those, as we know.
Well, no, because I do remember the exact quote. I thought I wrote it down, but I guess I didn't. But he does say, "Shiro, I am a sorcerer." Right, like that's like the first thing he says to him.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes, as soon as he wants him as a father.
I didn't catch that.
Word for word, he says, "I am a sorcerer."
So yeah, from there we go to present day, where we learn Shiro is living in this big house by himself because his dad has died.
Yes, and he was given it. He was given the. It
Yes.
was given to him in his will.
And he like hangs out with the teacher and Sakura for some reason.
He.
So we
no,
learned-
we learned it was because of his injury. 'Cause he had an injury. Why did he get injured again?
So yeah. Don't quite remember, but we learned that he is quite associated with his homeroom teacher. What's her full name? Fujimura. No, not Fujinari.
Fujimura Taiga.
I'm just gonna call her Taiga.
Fujine.
So we learned that he's associated with his homeroom teacher and Sakura. What's their last name?
Fujimura.
Mato?
Mato.
No, Sakura.
Mato.
Mato.
Wait, but isn't Fujine her sister?
No.
Fujine is.
No.
She's not. Then why does Fujine?
They're not related.
Oh right, no, you're right.
Fujine has connections to his father.
You're right.
So
right.
she's just watching him.
Yeah, she's the master
And
of the
then
house, and Sakura just comes over to cook.
Yeah.
Sakura is Shinji's sister, and after getting an injury about a year ago, she now cooks for Shiro.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they cook, they have breakfast or whatever, and then Shiro goes to school, and that's where you meet Shinji, where he's like actually an asshole.
Well, no, actually, we meet Shinji because he hits on Tosaka. Meet Shinji again because he's a total dick, but yeah.
I don't think that's day one.
Well, no, day one you go to the archery club, but that's I think before Tosaka gets there.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened because she sleeps in a bit because her
Day
thoughts are
one,
gone.
no. Day one, you wake up late, and Sakura makes you breakfast.
Yeah, and you go.
And then you
hey,
go with
you're up
Sakura.
early.
Don't you split up and go with Issei? I thought they split up, and he goes help Issei out with the building.
Yeah, you all. Day one, you definitely do help out Issei with like the heaters, and like you have to fix the heaters, and you find like one of the 2 magics he can do, which is like he can just look inside things.
He can see like a visual diagram of everything, of things he can touch.
Yeah, and so he just uses it to be like a repairman.
And he can also just strengthen things.
Yeah,
We
that's-
don't.
that's
Yeah,
later.
he doesn't
So like whatever
do much
that,
with that right
to
now.
whatever extent that implies, I don't.
They explain it just as like
It's
filling out the holes in a item, which I'm not entirely sure what that
weird.
means. But yeah, he can
It's
strengthen.
confusing because I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he really doesn't. Because we find out
Oh.
that his father trained him in pretty much absolutely nothing.
And then
It's revealed that he didn't start learning magic until 2 years after he got adopted, so he only has like 3 years of little experience.
Yeah, and also he has absolutely no magic circuits in his body, so he can't really do magic as well as just a natural born like.
he tries to put a.
I don't know
steel
if
rod
he
in.
doesn't have anything.
Well, I thought he says in real he says literally it feels like a steel rod is like it's like a literal burning steel rod, but I don't think he's actually doing that. It's just like a I don't get that.
I think that's just how the magic feels.
He was trying to just open
How
up
it
a
feels
magic
to
circuit or
perform the
something.
strengthening magic.
yeah, in his spine or whatever. And magic circuits are just like lines in your body where magic can
Yeah.
be
So-
used.
That
I think it's like a switch that controls how you use magic.
so yeah,
Because he didn't get passed down a magic circuit from Emiya, the older one.
Yeah, because they're not
But-
biologically related.
He obviously has some kind of magic circuit since he can use some magic.
Yeah, he says he doesn't have as many as like someone who like a family that has been magis for years, but he does just have a few that have been happenstance in a human like him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets home, he eats dinner with Sakura and Fujine, and then the day just ends, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah, but Fujine's great, so.
Okay, and then day 2. Day 2, what even happened day 2?
That's when Tosaka's not there.
Yeah, and nothing really happens day 2. Except,
They call Taiga Tiger, and she doesn't like that.
yeah, and then they on the way home, no, it's cause Shiro has like a job that he has to do.
Yes, he has a part-time job.
So that he does that on the way home. He's walking home and he looks up just at the sky and he sees Tosaka on that building.
Day 1, Shinji comes to you at the end of day 1, and he's like, "Yo, help me out with this shit." And you, wait, no, that's day 3. Never mind. I'm
That
wrong.
is day
I'm
3.
wrong. You're right. Yeah, that's why he stayed. Yeah, Shinji's the entire reason you die. Fucking dick. Yeah. So day 2.
So we're on to day 2 now.
At the
Okay.
end of day 2, he has a job, and he just happens to see Tosaka on the roof, and he doesn't think Tosaka saw him, but we saw in Tosaka's route that she did see him, so.
No, that's after. Yeah, so at his part-time job, on his break, he looks up onto the tallest building in that section of the city, and he sees Tosaka standing up there. It's probably important to describe that everyone sees Tosaka as like an idol at their school, since she's like the perfect student.
Yeah, and she's not in any clubs. I don't know why that's an important detail, but they seem to stress that, so.
Yeah.
Shiro used to be in the archery club, where Shinji is, and he's not in the archery club anymore, pretty much because Shinji's a dick.
There's like this whole drama. There's like
ooh,
this whole drama line in the
forgot something
archery
on day
club.
1.
What we forgot?
Oh,
On
what?
the way, when Shiro's walking back home, he runs into the girl.
Ilya. Yeah?
That's not day 1. Oh, it is
Yeah,
day 1.
that is day 1. Ilya just kind of was like,
So we run
you
into
don't
this
summon
little
it soon, Oni-chan.
white-head girl.
It's weird.
Yeah, she basically gives him an anonymous warning that he does not understand.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Ilya. She's weird. We should talk. This was a Tosaka route thing, but we should talk about what the 7 servants are and like some interesting things about them.
I mentioned that, but I guess we'll talk about that when we get to Kyrie.
Yeah, when we get to Kyrie, we'll talk about all the lore stuff, despite the fact that that's not all in that scene, but, you know.
No, it's most of it's at the beginning with Tosaka.
Yeah. In day 2, nothing else eventful happens in day 2, so we can just move on to day 3.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, so let me see what.
Oh well, we already talked about day 2 with walking Sakura home. So yeah,
So-
that's
yeah.
really the only thing that we would have talked about.
So day 3 is where I started actually writing notes, so I got all the important things here. Day 3 starts off very weird.
Yeah.
It starts off, Shiro's going to school, and he sees. So he's bleeding for some reason,
Yeah, we still don't know why that's the thing.
and he see
Oh, where's he bleeding at?
it's on day 3, just on the way to school, he just starts bleeding, and he
Where at
wrist.
on his body?
yeah,
his
and he says
okay.
that he sees the school covered in blood.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that also the day there's ambulance outside
Yeah,
of a random
the-
house?
Yes, he does. There's like a
there was a
family that was murdered.
Yeah, there was a family that was murdered, and only the little
And
kid
yes.
survived.
An important thing about the murdered family is that they were described to be killed with, was it a sword object? Something pointy?
It was a long-range weapon, is what they said. So he assumed it was a
Alright.
sword.
But and then lady,
yeah.
just,
I
like-
immediately assumed it was Lancer.
Yeah, just like a couple.
Yeah, just describe how they were
very
stabbed in the heart.
very shortly after you find out it was just Lancer. Probably. They don't say it
It's
outright, but
not
Shiro's
confirmed,
thinking.
but yeah.
It could turn out to just be someone else later on for some reason, but I doubt it.
There's something important also mentioned, but I'll bring it up later when we give predictions.
And then, okay, so next thing I have down, Shinji asks Shiro to clean up the archery club because he doesn't want to, I guess.
Yeah. And then
Which
he has
is-
a harem of girls behind him.
That's the first time we actually have a proper conversation with Shinji
Yeah.
as Shiro throughout the game.
No, it's not. We had the argument with him when Issei was there. We should talk about Issei.
That's why I said proper. Oh, we didn't mention him.
Yeah, Issei is. We should talk about Issei now. Issei's like
leader.
Shiro's best friend, and he's the son of a monk or a temple owner or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
He lives up at, like, the
Ryudo Temple. Yeah, because his last name is Ryudo.
Ryota.
Ryota?
Yeah.
There's a D in it. I could have sworn
Maybe
it's
it's
Ryudo.
Ryoda? I'm pretty...
I don't feel like looking it
Ryudo?
up, but yes, it has a D.
It's
in it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Ryuudou. I could have sworn it was Ryudo.
I thought it was Ryoudo. Something like that.
I would avoid looking it up.
Yeah, whatever. It's Ryudo, Ryuda, one of those.
So Issei, he's cool. He's a bit weird. We bring up Tosaka and he calls her like a devil.
Yeah, he's also a student
Yeah.
council president.
He's not a ladies type of guy.
Yeah. Well, so back to Shiro.
Oh, are we going to talk about Shinji?
We've talked enough about Shinji.
He's just an ass.
Well, okay.
He made Shiro
So,
clean the
basically-
archery club. That's what happened there.
Yeah, he gets tasked with cleaning up the archery club. This could be related back to how Shiro is very too nice.
Yeah, he does things for people just because they ask him to. And
Yeah,
Issei points that out.
he likes helping people, and he has like a whole thing about how he wants to help as many people
Oh, that's
as
day.
possible.
That is day 2. Superhero.
Yes, he wants
Oh,
to be
yeah.
a superhero.
He wants to be a superhero, and he talks about Taiga pretty much just tells that to Sakura to embarrass him.
He's constantly thinking about like the good and bad of being a hero and what risk it has. He constantly mentions it in his dreams. The first
And
couple
his
days.
father has a quote where it's like, saving someone means not saving another. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Shiro finishes cleaning the club.
Yep.
And then he starts walking back, and he sees Lancer and Archer fighting.
Yep.
Yes.
And he sees
He's
this,
walking-
and his like immediate thought is that Lancer murdered the family.
Yes, because
yeah.
the way they describe the murder weapon, it perfectly fit Lancer's lance.
Yeah.
Also, he talks about as soon as he saw them, he knew he was going to die.
He felt murderous intent from these inhuman moving people.
Yeah, he also instantly knew that they weren't human. And then he says that it's not because he knows that magic is real, but because he just, if you saw it and you didn't know anything, you'd instantly know that, like, yeah, these they're just doing things that are impossible for a human to do. They're moving too fast.
Yep. And basically he's watching, knowing that if he's seen, he will die. And at that point, Lancer uses his noble phantasm, which he doesn't understand what's going on, but he can feel it.
Yeah.
So in an attempt to does he attempt to escape, or does he like say something?
No, he knows that if he moves, everything's over, but he just kind of instinct over mind just starts booking it. He starts booking it because he doesn't want Archer to die, because he knows that the Archer...
Oh, yeah.
He knows that, like, absolutely 100% if that attack hits, Archer is dead. And he doesn't want that to happen, so he calls
he can
attention to
sense
himself
that.
by running.
Yep. He noticed that they're coming after him, so he starts booking it into the school. He runs up the stairs, and we are lead to the 3rd floor of the school, where he kind of stops. Lancer's like, "Ha, you knew you're gonna die," and then he gets poked in the heart.
Yeah, and then he dies.
Yeah, he talks about how, like, he thinks that if he was stabbed with a normal weapon, it would have been different. Like he talks about, like, oh yeah, my blood turned red hot and then cold, and then it started clotting, and, like, there's some weird shit going on.
And then the game
with
ended.
But no, Tasaka saves us.
He's like dying, and he can hear Tosaka, but he doesn't know it's her.
Yes, that's important.
He saved. Man is like, man, I died. I gotta clean this up. So he cleans up his own blood.
Oh yeah, he just unconsciously starts cleaning up the evidence.
And then from there, he runs home and attempts to feel safe.
And Fujine and Sakura aren't there.
Sakura said she wouldn't be there, and then Fujine left because probably no one was there. So we're left with
another important thing.
Shiro alone.
Yeah?
I think it's mentioned here, or maybe just a tiny bit later, but Lancer says that his master is a coward.
Oh yeah, no, that's when they're fighting
Later.
Saber. Yeah.
So
the next note I have here then is just when they're fighting Saber.
well, there's a bit before that. So Lancer cuts off Shiro's lights, and then from there it's like.
Oh, we should
Shiro
mention
just tries to-
there's like an alarm around the house. Like
Oh yeah, there's a. What is it?
it's a
barrier?
magical barrier
With-
that just sets off an alarm because when
it
his
detects
father,
unwanted guests.
his father set that up.
So yeah, he knows someone's there because he can sense it.
And the
And
alarm.
from there, yep. So he grabs this metal poster that Fujine gave him, and he strengthens it, and he's going to attempt to use it as a sword. Lancer finally approaches him.
Yeah, actually, important theory time, just because. So, I this isn't confirmed yet, but I have a theory pretty much, and it's just like the reason. So, not Lancer, Shiro has pretty much failed every single time he's tried to strengthen something, and then when he does it to the poster this time, he succeeds. And we don't really know why that is. And he's just like, he chalks it up to, like, irony or something. But I think it's important to mention that, like, he just got pumped with 10 years of magic healing. So he probably has some excess, like, magic in him, and that's probably
My thought.
That's probably why
You
he
said
summoned Saber in the first place, because we don't know why that happens.
Well, I think the reason why it was saved specifically was because what he made was a sword. And
That's
and
true.
because
He was the
Tosaka
last one.
mentions that if you have an item relating to the character, that you'll be more likely to get them.
Yes. Yeah. She does say that.
So, yeah, this leads to Shiro defending himself, escaping through the window and into his shed, where.
Well, he gets
Lancer
thrown around
protects
for a
him.
bit before getting into the shed.
Oh yeah, he's beat the shit out of him, but he is trying his best to live.
Yeah, he
He
has
gets to the
some
shed.
crazy fast reflex. Like he's fighting Lancer, and we know Lancer's way too fast, but he has some
He-
crazy reflexes with the sword, so that's weird.
When he jumps out the window, he does this big brain thing and swings behind him, and like defends himself from Lancer, who's about to strike.
Yeah, he just I don't know how he was that smart, but yeah.
So we get to the shed, and Lancer's about to kill him again, but it is at that moment he summons Saber.
Yeah, or more just that Saber decides that she's gonna show up. Because he didn't do anything to summon her. She just kinda comes in. It's very weird. Ryan, you got anything to say? You've been quiet.
Yeah, so
You have.
so they fight. And Lancer goes to use his gay bulg.
Oh yeah, Gaibolg.
And Saber immediately recognizes that he is this guy. This guy with this name.
Well, she doesn't immediately. Well, she recognizes after the attack lands. And we should go into detail about how this attack works because the game does. So I guess I'll do that. So like, what he does is the whole air goes still, which we talked about a bit, which is just, I feel like that's just kind of a thing about the Noble Phantasm, but we don't know yet. He pretty much aims his spear directly at your feet, which is like, why would you do that? So that's so easy to dodge. And so what Saber does, she jumps so that it doesn't hit her feet, and it hits her in the heart. So Shiro just comes to the conclusion that it's a cursed spear, and that any attack from that spear will always hit your heart.
Yes, his name is Cuchulainn. He is the Irish man.
Yeah, I have notes about him and some stuff after we finish talking about day 3.
All right. So from there, Lancer and Saber fight a bit, but then Lancer is told that his master wants him to retreat, although he probably could win. And he mentions that his master is a coward, and from there he just escapes.
He calls his master a coward like 3 times. I think he actually does say that in the school. I think he says that in the school. He's like, if my master, you would see my master if he wasn't a coward. And then when they fight Saber, he calls his master a coward again.
Yep. From there, he escapes. Saber senses another master and servant outside, which ends up being Tosaka and Archer. She damn near kills Archer and has Tosaka on the ground.
And then Shiro stops Saber from doing that because he's a good guy.
They're in an argument. Saber thinks that she should kill her because she is a master. But I forget what Shiro says, but
Shiro
he
basically
eventually
just doesn't care.
No, he convinces her.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is he doesn't care that Saber said that. And he's like, yeah,
Oh yeah,
alright.
because he doesn't understand what's happening.
He's like, I don't give a shit, dude. Just don't kill her. And I feel like Tosaka mentioned something to him, and that's why Saber stops.
From there, they go inside and they explain what's happening.
Yeah. Tosaka catches Shiro all up to speed, and we get a couple
window.
things.
Oh yeah, she shows us that she can do magic and fixes the window with no issue.
So one thing that happens is Shiro asks, he questions who started the war, because at this point in time he doesn't understand that this has happened before.
Yeah.
So, and then another thing is that we get Saber mentions that she has been summoned in this time before.
Oh yeah, that is an important thing. And
This is
Tosaka's
her
like,
second.
yo, what the fuck? That's crazy. We should also mention. So that assumedly means that she was in this Saber that's here right now is the same exact Saber from 10 years ago when not Emiya's father,
The last Holy Grail
Tosaka's
War,
father,
yeah.
in the last Holy Grail War.
It is important to mention that Saber was also the winner of the last war.
Saber is the winner of all 5 wars, I thought, or all 4 wars.
Yeah, 4 wars.
All 4 previous wars, Saber has won.
Does this mean?
And that's
theory
one of the
time.
things that I wanted to talk about.
Okay, we'll get there.
Save all theories until we're done talking about all the events that have happened.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, Saber was the winner of the past 4 wars, because she's the strongest of the 7 servants.
And then they go to meet Kirei.
Kirei is the
and-
overseer of the Holy Grail War.
Wait, before we get there, my next immediate note comes before that just a little bit. Because in between, on the way there, we get Saber in the rain jacket.
Oh
I
yes.
had that saved somewhere, but I forgot where I put it. Yeah, I took
Oh.
a screenshot of it. I love that sprite.
If we're talking
it's
about good
incredible.
sprites, hold on, I got something to send.
Yes, Peter, we know you love Taiga. Hold on. Wait, I need Saber in a rain jacket, though.
Ryan, make sure you put this in the video.
I will.
Before we move on to Kirei, also, I just, Tosaka, we just get a funny scene where Tosaka just keeps asking, Shiro, like, what magic he could do, and he's like, yeah, I can't do that, or that, or that. Yeah, I know nothing.
Yeah.
She's like, how the fuck did you summon Saber?
And that's also a question I have.
I do as well. And I've played ahead.
Okay, and then again, just a little bit before we get to Kira, I do want to mention that my next note just says Beat Saber.
Oh, yeah, yes.
What?
Because Tosaka asks, do you think you can beat
here's
Saber?
the screenshot. There.
No, actually, no. That is a Kirei thing. That is in Kirei.
Yeah.
Kirei
it's
asks.
very funny.
Yes, it is
Just
very.
know what Beat Saber is.
Beat Saber, bro.
All right, let's get to Kirei. So Kirei is Tosaka's mentor after her father died. He's also the overseer of the past 2 Holy Grail Wars, I believe. And the one before that was his father, and the ones before that there were no overseers.
And I'm gonna go over this info dump because I have every single thing written down right here.
Good.
Okay. Okay, a very important thing that he mentions. Extremely important. Because I'm sure this will come back up way later in the game.
What?
Masters with no servants can form contracts with abandoned servants.
Oh yes, I've been thinking about
If
that
they have
the
a command
whole
spell
time.
left, yes.
Yeah.
That's a big one. And I don't know how that's gonna. So. Oh shit! I have no idea. Okay, next thing. This is the 726th Holy Grail.
Yes, but only the 5th Holy Grail War, which has been going on for 200 years.
Yes. The first battle was.
Usually they have 60-year intervals, I think was the average, but
Yeah.
this one is the shortest cycle.
Yeah, there was only 10 years in between each.
So why is this the 726th Holy Grail?
They talk about it, and they're pretty much. It's some SCP Foundation shit where it's like anything that could be considered like anomalous is pretty much a Holy Grail as long as it can grant a wish. It seems like.
Huh.
They were
It's
just
weird.
like, yeah, as long as it seems like it's a Holy Grail, we put it down in our records and whatever. Also, we should talk about the Magic Association. Basically the Magic Association's weird. Emiya's father or Shiro's father, but both are the same person. Was basically like, yeah, don't associate with the Magic Association. They're evil, and they kill people who aren't part of them, so just don't do that. Also, the Magic Association and the church should be at war most of the time, but Kirei just gets to be part of the church and the Magic Association because...
Oh yeah, Kiri's like, fuck the church.
Yeah, there's a cool quote from
I don't know,
Kirei where
man.
he's just like, I don't serve the church, I serve God.
This is just kind of poochy.
Yeah, Kirei's weird.
This is the second half of part 6 poochy. He just
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah, he does just straight up leave. We don't need to talk about Pucci right now, but Kirei is very weird.
I guess we should explain the Holy Grail War. Since we never
Yes,
touched
now,
on that.
yeah, we said we would
So-
get to that.
Yes, I have that here.
It's a war where... Or is there a name for all 7 classes?
There's
Yeah,
the servants.
the 7 servants. There's Saber, Lance. I'm gonna see if I can get this. Saber, Lancer, Archer, Berserker, Caster, and what are the 2 others?
Rider.
Rider,
Yeah, there's Rider.
and
the
there's one
mounted
that doesn't end with an ER.
Assassin.
Assassin. You're right. Yes.
But important. These aren't the only 7 classes.
Yes, there are many variations to these classes, but they all fall under these classes.
Yeah. So basically,
these are the specific 7 that will be in this Holy Grail War.
yeah. Oh, is that true? Okay.
No,
There's,
these are...
I'm pretty sure they said that they were like just like 3 or 4 more, but they're not in this one.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which
I'm
is
not
why
sure.
you're not like. That's why you're not. I assume guaranteed to get like Saber if no one else has Saber yet.
Yeah. I see.
Ah, I see.
Speaking of, so we've been talking about true names, but we didn't really explain that. So,
Wait,
anyone want to
actually-
explain that? Anyone want to
So-
explain exactly what your name is?
Hold on, I'll go into servants. So there's the seven masters, which should be maguses, who are all fighting for the wish the Holy Grail can grant, and they all have to summon a servant who also want the Holy Grail, and they fight for their masters. The 7 servants are of different classes as we described, but that isn't what their name is. We call Saber Saber because she has yet to reveal her true name. As same as Lancer is Lancer, but he is also what's his name?
Whatever.
Cuchulainn.
Cuchulainn. Yeah. Cuchulainn.
Yeah, Coochie Lane. I like Coochie Lane. So basically, they have true names beyond their class name. It's like Pikachu is electric, but his true name is Pikachu.
Yeah. I like Pokemon.
But yeah, it's basically any like real historical figure that or not even they say fictional can work as well, but just any figure that would fit. So basically, like, so Cuchulainn, he used a lance in his legend. So Cuchulainn was given a spirit and or given a soul or whatever. There's a distinction between spirits and souls, and I'm not.
Where's
entirely
King
sure.
Arthur?
But basically, yeah, he what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, so Cuchulainn has he uses a lance, so he is Lancer because that's
Yep.
just what happened.
At this point in time, we don't have any other examples. It's just that.
I want to mention one thing that I really like.
No, we do have another example. We
Oh, we
at
do.
the
We
end
do.
of day 3.
We haven't got there yet. We haven't got there yet.
I really like so Saber is the OP one for some reason.
I think it's
Shiro
that her.
is such a massive fuck up that doesn't matter.
You cut out.
Massive.
Saber is like the most OP servant.
Mhm.
But Shiro is such a massive fuck up that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um.
He just has absolutely no magic power. Also, that's something that we should mention. Saber can't go into her spirit form because he just lacks the magic to do that, pretty much.
Because it's like, oh, Saber is extremely overpowered. Oh, but Shiro doesn't even know magic. Oh, but
Yeah.
but then Shiro can like, you learn later a little bit that she can send magic to him. And then we won't be talking about day 4 here, but there's another thing that's kind of like, oh, okay.
So yeah, Kirei talks for a very long time, and the music in that scene is just so chilling. I was playing it at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, the holy music.
The holy music is just extremely chilling, and
Yeah.
it sets the scene, and
Yeah.
it makes Kirei look like a really bad dude, and then they also, Tozaka talks later how she doesn't trust him for shit.
He's gonna
Yeah,
go
it sets a
heaven.
mood. Like I both trust and don't trust this man.
Yeah, I mean-
he's gonna go over heaven.
Yeah. Kirei's a bit weird. Oh, we learned that, in like the Third Holy Grail War, he fought. He fought in the Third Holy Grail War. Or
Was it
was
third?
it
I
the
thought it
second
was the
one?
last
It might have been the
one.
Oh, I
second
think
one.
no, it was the 4th one.
No, he was the winner of the last one.
Or the fourth one,
He-
that's
well,
what
he wasn't the
well,
winner.
the fourth one. He wasn't the winner. No, he was the winner.
No, he wasn't the winner. He lost
Yes.
because he didn't do anything.
Well, no one won.
No, that's how he won.
No one
What,
won
no?
is no one won the last Holy Grail War. That was the thing.
That I don't understand. Okay, let's go with all the other things he says. So, last war was 10 years ago, which is the shortest cycle. And he says the Grail chooses its own master. You don't just win by being the last survivor. You have to be chosen by the Holy Grail.
Yeah, which makes me question why there's a war, but also, like, the Grail chooses its own master, also the Grail summons the servants, also there can only be one servant left in order to claim the Grail. So, like, basically, you have to, from what I got from it was that you have to kill all 6 other servants for the Grail to be finished, and then it's up to luck whether the Grail actually chose you.
Yeah. So the one thing that I don't understand, I guess at some point he says that there was no winner. But like one of the first things he says is that the last winner caused the fire.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't say the last winner. He said an unworthy person touched the Holy Grail.
Yes.
And he also says that he ran away with an empty Holy Grail. So I feel like those are two separate things. But like maybe the last person, the person who like caused the fire, died in said fire, and he was the last one left, and he just had an empty Holy Grail.
That's possible. It's not quite elaborated.
Yeah, but it's very interesting.
So yeah, that's a good like 30 minutes of info dump.
Yeah.
And then they leave. And then okay, no, there's the scene of Kirei being like, dude, the last Holy Grail War. He definitely says it was the winner, 100%. Because
I don't want to look it up
because
it might lead to a spoiler.
Because Shiro's whole motivation is that he doesn't want a bad person to win so that they can do something like what happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
probably
sure it has to
was,
have been the winner.
But that would mean it was Kirei, which is weird. Maybe he didn't win. I don't know.
Because Kirei didn't do anything. He just sat in like a room and didn't kill anyone. He almost definitely wasn't chosen.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
Which is
he
why he was
mentions
like,
that
you gotta
you
fight
have to fight
to
in
be
order to be chosen. Yeah.
He
So
didn't get the Grail. So someone's weird.
yeah. So they start walking
We'll
home.
find out about that in Phase Zero.
You probably. Oh, is that what that Fate Zero is?
Phase Zero is about the fourth war.
Oh, okay. That's interesting then. Oh, I wanted to talk. Oh yeah, Berserker. Some interesting thing about Berserker before we get to the Berserker fight.
Well, actually, before that, my next note just says Big Man.
Big Man? Is that not
Kirei?
Berserker?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
I think he means Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie is huge.
Oh no,
Shut
but
up.
the Berserker's huge.
Marcus.
Note about the Berserker. The user of Berserker has gone insane all 4 times. That was something that they like specifically mentioned.
Yes. Also, we learn it's the tiniest bit later, but this Berserker, this guy is the strongest servant in hand-to-hand combat.
Yes, he is the. He's also the Greek legend Hercules. That's his true name currently.
Yes.
And she just gives that to us. He didn't even use his noble phantasm. She's just like, yeah, my servant's Hercules. So that's weird because you're not supposed.
yes.
You're not. If you reveal your noble phantasm, that's like giving up major weakness.
And it's very
to yourself.
interesting that
Here's his master.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ilya.
Because Ilias Vale von Einsberg.
She
Yes, full name.
also descends from a family of maguses,
Yes.
because we
I
know
think you're
that
getting
from
into day 4 stuff. Oh, unless that was.
Tosaka does recognize the name. That is not a
Yeah,
spoiler. She
Tosaka
recognized
definitely
the name.
recognizes the name. I remember that.
Yeah. So one very interesting thing that I'm excited about is that, as far as we know, the Berserker is the strongest servant in this game, in this war.
Yeah, because Saber isn't currently at full.
Yeah, because.
And we
Shiro-
see that when Saber
Shiro
gets fucked up.
And Heracles fucking. Because they say that notoriety increases your power.
Yes.
Mhm, yeah.
So this is not like this feels like a late game, like
What,
that this
Hercules?
fight is gonna actually happen.
Oh, yeah.
Against Berserker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Ilya's going to go insane. That's easy theory. Ilya's going to go insane. So oh yeah. Tosaka basically is like, don't have Saber tell you her true name because you can't keep a secret.
Yes, he is awful at keeping secrets.
Yes, but then Saber and Heracles go to fight.
and Saber gets the shit beaten out of her because she's still injured from
Yes.
Lancer.
Oh yeah, because she still got. She did get pierced in the heart.
Heracles is fucking
but she,
massive.
Oh,
He
Saber
is.
has a healing factor. That's something we should mention.
Yes, they do
Yes.
have healing factor, but it's not fast enough
Oh.
for it to heal her internal wounds.
And Shiro's like, you have the option of saving her or not.
Yes, you were granted with the option to save Saber or run with Tosaka. What did we all
So-
choose?
I
chose-
chose to save.
I
Save
also chose
Saber.
to save.
Okay, yeah. So you guys probably see where I got confused.
Yeah.
Did we all choose to save?
Yes.
Yeah.
I assume that's the right choice.
Shiro runs in there.
Spoiler,
and
it is.
Immediately is killed.
Yeah, he dies again.
His stomach gets launched out of his body.
So that's weird. And that's where day 3 ends.
Yes.
That's where we end.
Ilya
well,
and-
not the.
Ilya and
that's
Hercules
where
go
we're
off and says they'll be
We've been
back to
talking for
kill
about an
them.
hour now.
Hmm?
We've been talking for about an hour now.
Are we gonna do speculation stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
speculation.
yeah.
Okay,
so,
okay.
yeah.
I was just gonna say,
So-
yeah. So they leave and we go to black after our stomach's been knocked out, and that leads to day 4.
Okay. Yes, and now I want to talk about the biggest theory I have. And I talked a little bit
Alright.
about this, but I didn't want to talk about it in full. Lancer and
Yeah?
his master.
You have an idea about it, Master? You think it's Shinji?
So okay, the biggest lead is Shinji.
I mean,
For
yeah.
a bunch of ton of reasons. One reason that doesn't hold up now that because I was thinking that the purple hair girl was going to belong to Ilya, and that didn't. So my first point of just them both sharing the main color being blue doesn't really mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume
So-
you got that from the fact that Archer and Tosaka are matching.
Yeah, Archer and Tosaka
Yeah, they do
are
have the
red.
same color.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's not like a fully gone thing, but like.
But then we see Saber doesn't look anything like Shiro and Ilya. doesn't
Ilya
look
and
like
we haven't
Shiro's
seen
got orange hair.
Hercules in his non-berserker mode.
I assume he just always looks like that.
Maybe, yeah.
So, next point is that after killing Shiro, I guess he's ordered to just do it again, which is just I didn't entirely understand the point of that. But we see like 3 different times where Shinji's just being an asshole to Shiro.
Yeah.
Oh, we should
And
talk about Shiro's. Shiro
then-
has a
wait.
scar on his arm.
Okay, wait. 2 biggest points.
Yeah.
That I have. Number 1, he says, and these are both kind of like very similar points. Lancer says that it's when Tosaka when Archer's fighting Lancer. Tosaka mentions that the master is nowhere around. They are somewhere else.
Yes.
And then Lancer later mentions in the Shiro first few days that his master's a coward.
Also,
And-
whoever Lancer's master is has to go to the school.
Probably, yeah. And then we see Shinji in those first 2 days with Shiro that he doesn't like that he's just a coward and doesn't approach people.
Did Lancer confirm that his master did the thing on top?
Yeah, well,
heavily implied.
it's heavily implied. He goes like, "Yeah, no use in erasing it. What are you doing?" Like
And
that's
Tosaka
why they
also
first-
says that though.
The last
Yeah.
big point I have, whether this was intentional or not, Shinji is the entire reason Shiro stays late that night.
Yeah, he is.
And then Lancer's just kind of there, walking around, I guess.
Yeah, it is weird that Lancer is just there.
Like I don't know if he put the symbol there at that point. I don't think it's stated when he put it there, but he was just kind of there.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, and then I was thinking more about
Oh,
it.
I have a real quick about Kirei. So Kirei says he knows who 2 of the masters are, 3 counting Kirei, or not, no, or 3 counting
Shiro.
Shiro. So he knows one of the other people.
I don't think it's Ilya.
And now it could be Ilya because Ilya. I don't know anything about Ilya, but she looks very religious. It's just in her design.
No, I don't know anything, but I don't think she would. Did he mention whose servant he knows the master of, or no?
No. He said he knows the order that they were summoned in, and he says Berserker was summoned first.
So that's an interesting thing, that she summoned her first. Meaning she technically initiated the war?
Yeah, kinda. It's weird.
I have a big thing I also want to mention.
Yeah? What?
Is that so Lancer goes back to kill Shiro at his house, and the weirdest thing to me there, why did Lancer know where to go?
Oh,
shoot, you're right.
yeah, you're right. And it's not like he can sense a servant yet, because there is no...
Yeah. So, but then Shinji's never been there, has he?
No, yeah, he has to know where he is, because Sakura goes there.
But
Oh
then
yeah,
I'm
by the
thinking-
way, another
but then
reason Shinji sucks is because he beats on Sakura.
He does beat his sister.
Right.
She
But
has...
So another just side thing I'm thinking is the whole thing about them both being blue, I think just could be a red herring so that we immediately associate them with each other and piece together the pieces.
So I guess I should ask.
Turn it around and have it be Sakura.
I should ask. Lancer or not, do you think Shinji is a master?
I think he could be,
He could be.
and I'm thinking right now he's Lancer's master, but I don't know if that.
I still think so.
Let's...
Right
Okay,
now, what I'm
Tosaka
really
mentions
hoping-
that... Go ahead.
I'm really hoping, because this would be cool, is he fucking dies,
Shinji?
and then Sakura takes Lancer.
Ooh.
Repeat that?
Shinji dies, and then Sakura takes Lancer. And then Shinji, and then the final battle of the game will be Shinji versus not Shinji. It's Saber versus Archer versus Lancer. Shiro, Tosaka, Sakura.
Yeah. Oh, we should mention. So, yeah, the servants don't have to die, or no, the masters don't have to die. The servants do, but it's easier to kill a master than a servant, which was the whole Beat Saber thing. Because Kirei asks, "Do you think you can beat Saber?" And he's like, "Well, no, I can't." And so he's like, "Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't it be easier to just kill all the masters? But you'd also be a bad person if you did that." So like,
Yeah, so Shiro's goal is to only kill servants.
yeah.
And he doesn't feel bad because they'll return to their spirit form.
You guys have any other theories?
So that's your prediction? Shinji's a master? And then your big brain...
I think it's either Shinji or Sakura.
Sakura? Really?
I don't have many theories. I just had a lot of interesting things that I thought were that I should point out, just because.
Okay.
and I
I'll
did
say
that.
my theory. Big brain. First couple days mainly, they have mentioned gas leaks going around. I think those gas leaks are being caused by a servant, and if I were to predict what servant, I would say they're being caused by Caster.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because that's later what I was about to mention,
Well,
but there are constantly mentions of
I
gas
think-
leaks.
I thought that gas leak thing because they mentioned like, oh yeah, there's gas leaks and people are just passing out.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought when they said that people were just like passing out, I thought that was like trying to insinuate that it was the the purple like symbol that makes everyone just drop dead and their souls leave.
That could be it.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was kind of relating it to. I don't know what Caster can do, but if out of all of the classes, I think Caster would be the one that uses people passing out and using them as energy. That's just a prediction.
I was just thinking like gas leak, gas is flammable, cast some fire magic, the whole building explodes.
That's also true.
Okay, so,
So-
any other theories?
To support your Shinji theory, that would also make sense why Lancer is going around the school area and killing people for energy. Because you know that family died from Lancer, and he probably ate their soul for energy. Which,
Yeah, we should
which
mention
brings up an
that.
interesting point, because does that mean Shinji can't use magic?
I mean, there's already a precedent, but that would be no, because
the only reason they would
the caster, the person who made the magic barrier had to have no magic.
then
I see what you're saying.
then why would Lancer kill other people?
Yeah,
Because-
if you're killing people for souls, then
Oh, this just doesn't make
you're
sense.
yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe Lancer didn't kill that family.
No, it had to be Lancer.
I think
Maybe
Lancer
Lancer-
definitely
the-
killed that family.
The thing that I don't think it is because the only because the game outright tells us that could be it, but they don't tell us that it is it. They
I
just
think
have
it's heavily
zero
implied.
question
But like,
with it.
think about any other like. The only other people with long range weapons are Berserker, and I don't think he can fit in a house.
Okay.
Then there's like,
we don't,
what
we
else
don't
is
know
there?
what anyone else has.
Well,
We don't know
Caster
what-
uses
maybe
magic.
The rider. Maybe
Why-
the rider has a spear.
He's mounted on a horse. You think he'd barge into a thing like on a horse?
I'm sure you can get off the horse.
He's a rider, though.
Hear me out. So let's say this is all Lancer and Shinji. That would mean Shinji knows magic, and that he put the berry up, and then he's sending Lancer to kill people for energy. I just don't think that's very smart of him. So, part of me wants to say that they're two separate people. There's two separate masters going on. Because
Yeah, maybe.
I think no matter what, I think Sakura is going to be a master.
I don't think so.
I think some shit's moving on.
I really hope Fujine doesn't become a master, or
Oh.
isn't a master. Also, we would be able to like. We spend so much time with Sakura. We'd see the summoning. Not the. I say summoning circle. It's not summoning circle. It's the crest, the hand thing. Command spell.
Oh, yeah.
We would see the command spell on her hand.
no, think about command spell. If you don't mind minor spoilers, it's not always on their hand.
Oh, okay.
Because Tosaka's is on her arm? Like her inner arm? She
Oh,
explains
alright.
that the fact it's on his hand is unique to him.
Okay. I'm gonna go into talking about. I have some more Lancer info actually here.
Go ahead.
So Kuchulain. His cause of death was that he was killed. It was someone was trying to kill him with spears. And they threw the first one, and I don't know. It killed like his what's the word? The guy that takes him around to places.
What his?
What exactly are you saying?
The guy that takes him around.
The guy that like just drives the carriage or whatever.
Oh, his carriage driver? Just a carriage driver? Like what? His,
That's just like what it was. That's what
his
died.
What about his carriage driver?
so
That like someone like threw a spear to try to kill him, and it killed that person.
okay.
They threw a second one, and it killed someone else related to him. And the third one was what got him,
All right.
and he died.
Are you saying that might be significant to how he dies?
Yes, I think because they make sure to mention that if you know their identity, you know their weakness.
Yes, they make huge
So-
mention of that. Speaking of knowing identity and knowing weakness, I thought when she said Greek strongest warrior, because I wasn't remembering my mythology right. I thought she was gonna say it was Achilles, and I thought this was gonna be an easy ass fight. You just stab that dude in the heel. But that did get me thinking. Like, it would be cool if Achilles was one of the people.
So I'm thinking, so he's killed by a spear, and it's the third attempt. I think what'll kill him could be him using his gay bulk.
For the third time?
Maybe because we've seen him use it twice now. Maybe if he
We've
uses it a
only
third
seen him
time-
use it once. He attempted to use it the first time.
I guess.
I'm just throwing that out there, just in case that doesn't
Are you saying he's going to
exactly
kill
happen.
one more person before dying?
I think
Because he killed Shiro.
I think he'll fuck up.
And that would be the
I
first
don't,
person.
Maybe just the number of spears won't matter, but just I think he'll fuck up his Gable and it'll shoot him in the heart.
I see.
It is cursed to always hit the heart, so. Yeah.
Like it'd be cool if cause can't talk about this because I had Peterson gotten there. If there were a hypothetical where like Lancer were to team up with the caster, or someone or his master or someone were to like infuse his spear with magic, which I don't know if that's a thing you can do.
It's already magic.
Yeah, it is already.
No, but like if you were to infuse it with, shut up. If you were to infuse it with magic, and he were to like throw it at like Saber. Saber repels magic.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
So what would happen in that instance?
It's always hit the heart. I don't know. Well, no, she doesn't repel magic. She nullifies it. Do we wanna just like does anyone have any like quick theories about like any of the other servants and what they might be based on?
I'm not
Just
done with
based on
Lancer
name.
yet.
You're not
keep
done with
going.
Lancer yet? Okay.
No, because this strikes me as very interesting, considering that he seems to have a very avid hate for his master. It does mention on I went to Wikipedia for Kuchel, and it does mention that he did go in a frenzy where he disregards friend and foe.
Huh.
I'm
That's weird.
thinking Lancer could kill his master.
You think he would do that?
He could if he doesn't.
He doesn't
even
like if it's
he
Shin,
doesn't
like I
even-
don't, it might be Shinji or whatever, but like,
Okay,
he does not he does not like his master.
Okay, do you think he would do that in hopes that he would get a different master?
I think he's trying to just get someone else, and he sees his master's in the way, and he just doesn't care.
Okay. Because
just gonna throw this randomly out there because like it's the only real Archer I can think of, but Archer's probably Robin Hood. Just throwing that out. It was the first thing I thought of when I met Archer, and I was like,
think so?
I wonder. And I'm just kind of throwing it out there because I couldn't really like think of another famous Archer.
I feel like that'd be too easy.
Claude.
Shut up.
Archer from Fate.
Okay, are you done with Lancer?
I am done with Lancer, and I have some notes on. I have a single note on Heracles.
What is it?
I have 2 notes on Heracles. I miscounted. There's 2. So number 1, death.
Yeah.
His death is he shot a poison arrow at someone.
Who's
And
this? What?
Heracles.
Ah. Okay.
Berserker.
He shot a poison arrow at someone that he wanted to kill or whatever, and it hit their cloak, and it just got or it hit them and it got their poison. No, it hit them and it got their poison blood all over the cloak. And right as that guy's dying, and he gives the cloak to like Heracles' wife or something. And then later on, she gives it to Heracles, he puts it on, and he just starts dying because it's covered in the fucking poison blood. And that's what kills him.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this guy's just killed because he did his own dumb shit.
So he was killed by poison.
He was killed by poison, and it was because of his own arrow. And the second note I have is that before dying, he killed who he thought was the culprit.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember.
I see.
And then it wasn't them because the culprit was already dead.
So I have an idea for the assassin. I think it's gonna be John Wilkes Booth.
Shut up.
I mean,
Why?
but that is okay. But that is an actual point I did want to bring up, and that is that like, in order for someone to be considered an assassin, they had to have then actually assassinated someone.
Yeah.
So, like, not that it will be John Wilkes Booth, but like, The assassin, like, probably is an actual assassin, and I'm very interested in what, like, who are they the assassin of? Is it John Wilkes Booth? Is it?
Do you think it's Altair
That's Ryan.
from Smash?
Ryan, please. It's not. That's a video game, Ryan.
But it's based on
Are we
real life
all in the
events.
video game?
True.
Okay, that's all the notes I have.
Caster, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know, Marlin? Like, there's not, like... In that, you have to get purely into fiction for like, magic, so I don't know.
I have no thoughts.
Who else is there? Saber, I got spoiled to who that is, so I'm not gonna theorize on who Saber is.
I have no idea, if I'm being honest. Due to how culturally diverse these people are probably going to be.
Yeah, I had no
The
idea
writer.
who Chalene
Yeah,
was.
because he's Irish.
The writer.
And then we have
Oh
someone
yeah,
from
Ryder.
Greek.
It's gonna be Paul Revere. Watch.
Paul Revere, I think Paul Revere is in Fate at one point. I don't know.
What if?
Paul Revere would be cool. Yeah.
What if it's Wham? Or
What?
Cars?
What?
Or whoever was on the chariot.
That was Wham.
Okay. What else do we? Is that it? What else? What else we got?
I don't have much else.
I don't either.
I was just thinking of other writers or people who famously died on a horse, and I think Andrew Jackson died on a horse. I think he got like I don't remember. It might not have been Andrew Jackson, but one of the presidents like fell off his horse and
I
died.
don't think Andrew Jackson. Was it George Washington?
No, it was not George Washington. It was. I feel like it was Andrew Jackson or someone like that. Let me look it up.
I don't remember either.
It was also another guy who died because he fell off a horse was Samuel L. Jackson.
Shut up.
Any other theories?
I got my theories. I think it's Shinji.
Well, besides Shinji and Lancer.
Zachary Taylor. Yeah, Zachary Taylor, I believe, died on his horse. Oh no, Franklin Pierce. That's what I was thinking of. Franklin Pierce. Zachary Taylor also died and had a horse, but no, it was Franklin Pierce that I was thinking of.
When are you gonna see Da Vinci?
His horse was suddenly startled during a charge, knocking him groin first against his saddle. Let me look more at his death.
So before we drag this out too long, is there anything else we should touch on?
I think we covered most of everything.
The music is great.
Music is great.
The music reminds me of Bungo.
Reminds you of what?
Bungo.
Yeah, the music. I already mentioned it, but the music in the church scene was very unsettling, and it really set the tone.
It really did a good job. It was like holy, but not I'm your best friend holy.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see what
I'm
the
gonna
final
ask this, but I already know the
battle is
answer.
gonna be.
Who do you guys think is best girl so far?
Fujine.
Sakura.
I want to see more of Ilya, but so far Fujine. No, I take it back. Tosaka.
Because we all got different ones.
Yeah.
What is this song?
All right. So this is from Bungo.
This is really good. I should watch the anime.
If Bungo is good. Do we want to talk about Bungo now?
I should make that my Saber chat game, anime.
Oh, we should actually explain that unrelated.
Oh
to...
well, we should explain that first.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah.